I do know how to speak Xhosa. Our language is one of the unique languages in the world because it has a lot of clicks. I can do something like Hey friends, how are you? I am coming to you from the golf course, which appears to be my home lately. My son, as you know, is playing golf, and so on weekends we take him to play golf, and we're here in the town of Pittsboro, North Carolina, doing a he's playing right now, so I decided with my time, let me do a video.
What is this? This is Hollywood here. Hollywood.
What?
Are you filming yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just telling Ellen, I don't know why you all didn't call and say you're coming, because then I would have tried to talk Darth Vader into coming here.
Oh, I thought about it actually, but I was like, it's such a short notice.
I'm hoping it would have been, but if I'd have known far enough in advance, I would have tried to convince her to come. But in any event, what I'm hoping is that you guys will drop by the house for a few minutes.
Okay.
Maybe we could talk then.
That'll work actually.
Yeah, since you gotta go that way
That'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hot day today. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, man.
97 degrees.
My cats are like this. They ain't moving, and they're on the porch.
Yeah, it's really hot. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's a little bit of breeze coming this way, but
Yeah. Well, you just go inside.
no, I'm gonna go inside, but I just wanna do this and then I'll go inside.
Yeah. What is this for work?
No, this is for my videos that I'm making on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
What subjects?
Pretty much everything. So like
Okay.
right now I'm doing
But I mean, there must be some area. Are you doing like medical?
no, I'm doing basically just explaining people my life here in the United States
Okay.
and my experiences
Okay.
growing up
Right,
in
right,
South
right.
Africa.
Okay,
But
now I
right now I'm doing like an ethnicity tag. So
You ready? I mean, listen.
We're gonna go now.
Come on, man.
Have fun.
We're gonna miss you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I will miss
I thought
you guys
maybe you're gonna
too.
be in the cart,
No.
Am I
giving instruction.
No, not right now. Maybe I'll catch up with you
I don't know
guys.
whether they'll let you take one.
I know. Have fun.
Yeah.
Where's Luke?
Luke is on the flashing tree.
Okay, so there's the reason why I had to stop right there. I don't know if you can see them, but they are right now going golfing. So let me continue with what I was about to talk about before I was interrupted. But I wanted to do the ethnicity tag because, and I'm gonna be looking at my notes mainly because I just think that it will be the best way to give you a more thorough and more detailed tag. So the reason why I did the ethnicity tag is because I want people to not only just know me, but to know the people that I come from, my culture, because a lot of indigenous and a lot of indigenous tribes and a lot of indigenous cultures are dwindling away as we become modern. And I don't think modernity and knowing your background and your ethnicity is mutually exclusive. So that's the reason why I'm doing this tag. And another reason why I'm doing this tag is because my children live, my son was born here in the United States, my daughter grew up here since she was a little girl, and most likely they may end up somewhere, somewhere else. So, and their children and their children's children will one day want to know about their background. And I think it would be useful to have something on YouTube that says grandma one day did an ethnicity tag. So mine is gonna be a little bit different because as a South African, it's not enough for me to say I'm a South African, because that's not all who I am. Being South African is part of my identity, but my identity is much larger than that, just like everybody else. But as you know, in Western culture, tribes and clans don't mean much anymore, but in our culture they do. So the first question is, where are you from? I have already alluded in my videos that I am from South Africa, and I was born in Cape Town, South Africa. And for me, I am also Xhosa. That is the name of my tribe. Xhosas, some notable Xhosas, Nelson Mandela is from that tribe, and the president of South Africa, former president of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki, are from the same tribe. And so Xhosas have clan names. Clan name is a subdivision of a tribe, or it's a group of related families. And so my clan name is Mambele, okay? But here's the thing. Your clan name basically tells of your lineage. So when someone asks you what your clan name, you can know whether you're related to them or not. So I call myself Mambele, but for a clan name, it's a complete list of names, or what is called a praise. And so I'm going to read mine, because guess what, unless you do this every day, you kind of forget, and which is the reason why it's important to remember who you are at all times. I know some of them, but not all of them. So I always ask my mom or my cousins to sing me praises so I can remember them. So I am Manyati, Mamuelase, Logazi, Nkomenala, Madiba, Usokela, Bele, and so forth and so forth. So those are the praises. I know I didn't do a good job, so don't criticize me. It's been a while. It's not often that in the United States I have to praise myself. When we meet my cousins and everyone, that's how we call. You don't even that's what we call each other, by our clan names. You don't even have to remember someone's names, because the family could be like hundreds and hundreds of people, and so you just say, hey Mambele, if you see a girl, or if you see a boy, hey Bele, or hey Nyati. They know that you are talking to them. And so the next question is, when was the last time you visited your country? So the last time I visited South Africa was in 2012. It's very expensive for us to visit, because when we go, we are a family of 4, and when we go there, we have, like living expenses, and it's very expensive. We would love to go more often, but it means if we do go often, we'll have to sacrifice some things here in order to save up, like to go a lot more often than we currently do. What part of the country are you from, or is your family from? So as I said, I was born in Cape Town, and that's where my mother lived and worked most of her life. But originally my mom is from the Eastern Cape, and she currently lives in a village actually there. And my father, the same way, he's from the Mpondo tribe, and he's also from the Eastern Cape, and that's where my grandparents, great grandparents, and everyone comes from. So when I go there, I feel pretty much at home. That's where everyone is buried, and I go visit the graves if I missed a funeral when I come. So Name one ethnic food that you enjoy the most. This was the hardest part actually when I thought about it, because South Africa is a very diverse country, and it's also very westernized, so it's become harder to say, you know, like what is traditional food. But there's a dish called you can hear the clicks, by the way, and it's made out of corn and beans, and then you can spice it any way you want. You can even put other vegetables and stuff like that, but it's more like a soupy dish. Like those who are South Africans, they will know as stemmed millis or stemmed corn. And so basically it's just like dried up corn that has been stemmed to remove the skin with a little bit of water, and then you mix that with beans. And that's basically, if you are vegetarian and you want protein and carbs, that's your meal right there. It's vegetarian, but you can add meat to make it more, more meaty. Name a household item that best represents your culture. So again, what I did was, when I went to South Africa many years ago, I bought this mat called ukuko, and I also bought a basket called ingobozi. And I bought those and I have them in my house right now. I will show you when I edit this video, but it's just a mat and a basket. And I do have other African, but they are more African than Xhosa. Those two are Xhosa stuff that Xhosa people used from the beginning of time, and they are made out of grass. So do you speak your language? Yes, I do, and my daughter does, thankfully. She grew up here. She came here when she was 6 years old, but she never lost the language, even though we don't speak it together, which is kind of weird. Most of the time when she speaks to us, she speaks in English, and when I speak to her, I speak in English. But when she speaks with her grandmas and everyone, she speaks in Xhosa. But I do know how to speak Xhosa. Our language is one of the unique languages in the world because it has a lot of clicks. And I did make a video a long time ago about those clicks, but basically I can do something like try and say that, and make sure that your tongue does not cut in half. But a lot of South Africans have the hardest time pronouncing those clicks because you kind of have to learn them when you are young. So you grow up with them. My son has the hardest time, but at least with practice he's gotten a lot better with his pronunciation. But I love my language because it's a conversation piece on its own. I just have to make my clicks, like something like something, or which is earring, or like we use a lot of clicks when we speak. You can look it up online if you want to. And so that is the end of the tag. I hope you enjoyed this, and actually I have a request. I would like to know, what else do you want me to cover? What else would you like to see me talk about? Because sometimes I'm not sure which way to go, whether to do a lot more like political stuff, which I can, or should I do the fun stuff? But I would like a feedback, to be honest with you, as to what you want to hear more. Hope that this gave you a understanding of who I am, where I come from, and hopefully maybe if you want to, you can use it any way you want. Thank you so much.